we'll discuss about the OS level file systems. So file systems, OS level file systems. Today we will discuss about the operating system level file systems. So we will discuss about the for HANA. So what are the file systems we required? What are the very important file systems and logs and traces? So HANA OS level file systems. Tomorrow someone asks you, so where to check the logs, then the configuration files and everything. So we should be aware of some OS level knowledge as well, right? Checking the logs and everything. So always we cannot go and everything every time and go to the diagnosis files. So trace configurations, we will not see all those things here always. Why? Because so sometimes system is down, we cannot access this one, right? So you cannot access the HANA Studio, so other tools you cannot access. Then how can you check the logs here in this case? So they will ask you technically, they will ask you questions like, so if the system is down, how can you access the trace files to check the logs and everything here? So it's not
Hello,
possible. Yes.
sir. We have pending this to now on diagnosis files and trace configuration. Already completed.
This one already completed, right? Diagnosis files and trace configurations already completed. So we have already discussed already these things, diagnosis files. So diagnosis files means error logs. So this we already discussed already. So diagnosis, okay, let me repeat it again. Okay. So we already discussed and we went to the HANA upgrades and everything. Okay. So the diagnosis files are called the error files. Each and every process, each and every process has their own trace file. Each and every trace, each and every process, daemon.trace, index server trace, name server, preprocessor, web dispatcher, access engine. Each and every process has own trace file is available here. So each and every action by default, each and every action will be recorded in the diagnosis files. So this is the tenant. So index server related log files and access engine related log files are available. If I go to the systemdb related log files are available here. Systemdb related files are everything is available here, right? That is the so main thing here. Systemdb related here, right? If you go to the security, so users, not the security users. If you go to the here in the diagnosis files, so you have the all the details are available here. Here we can find out what's happening with the my system and everything here, right? Trace configuration is kind of so tracing. Suppose by default database trace is enabled by default. If you want any other additional trace, maybe you want to track specific user, then specific user trace, then SQL trace, performance trace, any trace. Suppose as part of the default trace is already on, so that is the reason the trace is writing into this files. You need additional configuration of the files. You need additional configurations. So that time, so you have to go to the database trace, user trace. So you need to enable the, so depends upon the situation, you need to enable the traces, so that all the log files will be written into the this diagnosis files only. All the log files will be written into the diagnosis files. So where these diagnosis files, in case system is on, we can check it out, right? System is on, we can log into the HANA Studio, then we can check the all this kind of work and everything, we can check it out. So what about if system is off, means system is shut down, then where can we check all these things, right? System is shut down, so where can we check all these things, everything, where can we find out here all these things? So we have to go to the so OS level, operating system level. In the operating system level, so we have to check the log files. Why? Because HANA or any tools, it will pull the data from the operating system only. All the log files are from operating system log files only. It will pull the data from the operating system only. Right? So here, what you have to do here, you can see here, you need to so go to the operating system level. In the operating system level, you have to go to the cd/usr sap. So this is the common file system for so every SAP application or DB application. You can see here common file system. This is the common file system here. So in the common file system, if you see here, suppose if you go to the CD HDB USR SAP HDB. So under the HDB, we have the sys, right? HDB, sys and HDB. These are the home folders. You can ignore it. Sys is the sys folder, sys and HDB instance number. Here you can find out the instance number of the your HANA database. Here you can find out the instance number of the your HANA database, instance number of the your HANA database here, sys and HDB instance number here. So here you can find out the instance number here. So here where you are now, you are in the USR SAP SID. Under the SID, we have the, let me draw the diagram, one diagram. Okay, so normally the HANA file system is always looks like, so USR, SAP and SID, right? So under the SID we have two folders again. Under the SID again, two folders, it will contain the two folders again. So one is the sys, folder, and second one is the HDB instance number. There are two folders are available here. So one is the sys here, right? Second one is the HDB instance number, any SID, you have these two folders are available here. So sys and so this one HDB instance number here. So inside of the tray, inside of the sys again, you have the multiple file systems again, multiple directories again. Same here also, you have the multiple things are available here inside of this one, right? Sys, under the sys we have sys global, right? Sys profile. So sys global and sys profile. Again, multiple folders are available here. So suppose if I draw the diagram here, so here under the sys we have profile. Okay, under the sys we have the profile. Then so global directory, and exe directory. So like this, we have the one more exe directory also available here. So exe directory. Okay, so under the sys we have, so we have the subdirectories called the profile directory, then global directory, then third one exe directory, exe. Okay, so these are the, so three folders are available here, so same as like here, if you see here, same as like, so if you go to the here SAP HANA, if you go to the root, then if you go to the voice level, because voice level is the very important always. So HANA system is not, if the HANA system is not up, where to check then? So it's not possible, right? Then you have to go to the USR SAP, then you have to go to the USR SAP, then LSF and LTR, then see here, HDB, right? Under the HDB you have, you have, so sys and so HDB instance number 02 here, right? CD sys here. If you go to the sys here, sys folder, system folders here. Here you can see the profiles, global directory and exe directory. Profiles, global directory and exe directory here. So this profiles contains HANA related profiles. So default profile and instance profile. Normally we never touch these profiles actually, system internal profiles. So we never touch these profiles actually. So we will work only on the changes of the INA files and everything. So we never touch these profiles and we will keep it like this only, right? So profiles, okay, HANA related profiles it contains here. Then if you go back here in the global directory, so global directory kind of very important here. Here in the global directory, you see here in the global directory, you see here security settings, and there is a HDB security settings, some SSF keys and everything is available in the under the sys global directory, right? Sys global directory security settings here, right? So profiles, here it contains the profiles, then global directory contains some security settings here, some security related parameters, and some HDB. Here this path is very important, custom config, HDB custom config. So why? Because here whatever the files you see, right, here INA files in the configuration tab, we will see the all the INI files are available here. Why? Because to change the parameters, to change the system settings, you need to go to the each and every global data INI. So name server data INI, preprocessor data. There we will go and we will change the settings, right? Same kind of settings here. Here it will store into the CD, HDB, so custom and config. This path they may ask you. So this is the very important here. Where the INA files are located in the HANA database. Where the INA files are located in the HANA database here. So these are the location of the HANA database. So sys, so global HDB custom config. HDB custom config. Here you have the INA files are available. So here you can change the parameter values. Otherwise, you can go to the HANA Studio configurations. You can change the required settings, right? Here also you can change it here. So suppose they will ask you, I will go and HANA Studio, I will change it here. So maybe system is down. Now immediately you need to change the parameter. How can you connect to the HANA Studio? So that is the valid point, right? If the system is down, system is already down, then how can we go ahead and generate the, how can we go ahead and do the all this work, right? It's not possible. Then in this case, how it is possible then? So you have to go to the operating system level. Maybe system is down, then operating system you can log in, right? You can log into the OS level, then you can go to this path here, you can change the, so all kind of settings in the systems, all kind of settings you can perform it here, right? All kind of settings you can perform in the systems here. So that is the, so HDB custom config here. This is a very important here, HDB custom config here. So that is the security settings and HDB custom configuration files are available. INA files are available here under the global directory, right? That is the global directory here. The next one is the exe, executable files. Exe means executable files. In the SAP level, we have the exe folders, right? So same as like here also we have the exe folder. So if the services are running successfully in the HANA system means, so these binaries are exist in the systems. So that is the reason the services are running in the HANA side. You are able to log in. All the index server, name servers are up and running fine. So you don't see any issues here means. So here in the backend, in operating system level, that related binaries are exist here. That related the binaries are library files, binaries, executable files, all are exist here. That is the reason you are able to see the HANA, you are able to log into the HANA system and you are working on that one. Why? Because this is exist here. So if this file system is deleted or something, this file system is unmounted, HANA cannot start. HANA cannot be started here. So this is the binaries are very important for the each and every application, either the SAP application or so this one. So these binaries are very, very, very important binaries. All these things are the very important binaries. HDB sys exe is the binaries are the very important binaries. All these are okay. All these are the very important binaries here, right? So then after that, sys is completed, sys exe. Under the sys, we have these three file systems under this. So these are the very important file systems. Okay. So under the sys global, sys exe, and sys profile, right? So profile we never touch it. Global directory. So manually, if you want to change the files manually, instead of you doing changes in the configuration files, we want to change manually, you can go to the so global directory. Here you can change the HDB custom config. Here you can change it. Exe files also we never change exe files also. Why? Because it's kind of so executable files. We never change this executable files and everything here. So it's a very important executable files. So suppose if you are doing the update or something, so it will update the all these binaries. If you are doing the update, suppose yesterday you have done the upgrade, right? Yesterday you have done the upgrade. So right, then you can see here all the files are got updated here. See Python scripts, like some of the library files, lib files. So all are data quality related files, all are got updated here because of yesterday you have done the update, the update. So replaced the new version of the libraries and everything here. See here the new version of the libraries and everything. So whenever any upgrade happens, it will update the some binaries at so operating system level. So because of this reason only, your HANA DB is getting restarted during the upgrade time. So that is the main important thing here. Okay. So just remember the all these points here. Okay. exe folders are very important. Normally we never touch all these files, but in any case, worst case scenario, the systems are not starting. We have to come to the here. We need to check why it is not starting here. Right. The next one is the HDB instance number. HDB instance number. If we go to the here the main important folders are here also. You can see here exe directory also available here. Same, it is pointing to the same here. This is the instance exe. Sysexe is the global exe. Same as like SAP level file systems. So backup. Here the backups will be stored into the backup folder, right? Then work directory. It's it's not much important, but here the main important folder is the host name. So SAP host name here. When you go to the host name here, the trace directory is a very important here. The trace directory here, right? The trace directory is a very important here. So here in the trace directory, whatever the log files you see, right? So normally USR SAP SID. So SID host name, SID instance number, then host name /trace. So trace is the very important. Whatever the diagnosis files are there here, diagnosis files, right? Either the systemdb or tenantdb, all the files are available in this trace directory only. All the files are available in the trace directory only. This trace directory is the very important trace directory. So whatever you see here, so all those things you see in the from console level. Normally console level you go diagnosis files, you will see the index server.trace file, name server.trace files, and all those things, right? So those files are from the here only. So in the OS level, it's generating. In the console level, it is showing here, right? If you delete here, if you delete the OS level, it is also will be deleted from here also. It will not show here. So why? Because here those are reading from this is the source here. The log files are reading from this location, this trace location. So this is the very important location. So the HANA is down, then you cannot connect to the cockpit. Then how can we check? Then it's not possible to check in the console level, studio level, right? Then you have to come to the operating system level. So you need to check from here, right? This trace directory is the very important here, the trace directory. So remaining all are not much required, but this trace directory here, this three, and here also you have the so backup, right? Here also you have the backup location trace directory. So HDB. So these all are the trace directory. The main important thing is the trace directory here. So main important thing is the trace directory. The trace directory is the very much troubleshooting log file here. So if any issues occurs, upgrade is failed, something is happening in the system, So definitely we have to come to the here. Then definitely we have to come to the here and we need to check the definitely we have to come to the here and we need to check the trace files and everything. We have to check it out here, right? So that is the main thing here. Okay. So that is the major important role here, right? Trace directory. So this trace directory, normally any issues in the HANA systems, normally any issues in the HANA system, the first to our main, we have to come to the trace directory and here we have to check the logs. Mainly thing is the logs here. So if the tenant issue, then go to the cd underscore tenantdb, right? Tenantdb. This is all of the systemdb related files, right? Systemdb related web dispatcher, name server, so pre-processor, compile server, all are the system database related files. If we go to the cd underscore hdb, then ls-ldr, then here you can see the so index server access engine, each tenant there is a separate folder db underscore sid. You have to go to the index server trace file and you need to check the log files here using the tail command. So basics, Unix basics, right? If you open it here, you will see the all the information here. So what's happening here and all the information we can find out here. And also during the save point delta merge concepts, we discussed about all these things, right? So when was the last snapshot save point occurred here? So time duration, whether save points are happening or not, all kind of information here we can see, all kind of information we can see it from here, right? Save point is happening or not, all kind of here we can find out the information here, right? So that is the save point information log, everything, all that kind of logs here we can track it from the here in the systems, all kind of information, any kind of information So in the trace directory is the very important log file here to track the information here. Okay. So this is the OS level file system structure here. So if any issues, so first of all, you should come to the here trace directory. You have to check the trace directory information and everything. And also as part of the daily monitoring, you have to come to the here and see what is the used percentage, is everything is okay or not. You need to check all kind of work here. You need to check the information here, whether any issues with the system or not. Here you can find out the information here. Here you can find out the information here, right? So that is the main important thing here. You need to check it out, right? So that is the trace directory here. Okay. So it's a very important. You can take a note down of this trace directory diagnosis files. Whatever you are seeing here, everything it will coming from the here only, right? So apart from that, so apart from the studio and Delta Merge save point HANA upgrade, we have many things to discuss here. If you see here in the HANA studio, in the left side, you can see the backups. So during the backup, you will come to know this backups and everything, all the information and everything here, right? The next one is the catalog. So in the HANA, our tables are storing with because of the under catalog only. So where can we see the HANA means we discussed it, right? All the tables are located in the HANA database. Under data also we can see, right? Where can we see here? Under the catalogs, under the catalog, we have the schemas. So under the catalog, we have the schemas. Each schema, we have the certain number of tables are available here. Certain number of tables are available. Here in this location, we can see the tables and the tables related data, we can see it here. The tables and the tables related data, we can see it from here, right? So it's a very important concept here. So if we go to the under the schemas, catalog contains the schemas. So collection of catalogs are called the schemas. So under the each schema, there is a, so respective tables are available. Schema means here the owner of the table. So owners of the table here. Schema is the owner of the table. How we have the suppose manager and employees, right? So each team, suppose basis team and development team. So each team there is a manager, development manager and basis manager. So basis manager is the owner of the team, right? Here also schema is the manager here. So here all the tables are located under the schema only. So these are the tables actually. These are the tables. In the tables you see the all the data. So if you want to see the data here, just right click on the any table here, just click on the open data preview here. Here you see the, so data will be so generated here. Here you can see the data got generated here. This is the data here. This is the data got generated here. So in this data, so we can also do the analysis here. See here how much time it took the retrieve the data here, 130 milliseconds here. If you execute again here, 60 milliseconds here. So if you execute again here, 58 milliseconds here, which means within fraction of milliseconds, we are retrieving the data from the database level, right? We are retrieving the data from the database level. Why? Because HANA is in-memory database, column-oriented in-memory database. So, and also during the initial time we discussed, right? So we can, within fraction of milliseconds, we can retrieve the data from the database level, right? We can retrieve the data from the database level, we can retrieve the data. So this is the way we can retrieve it, right? We can retrieve the data from the, keep on accessing the data, it will be reduced. It will be reduced. See here, it is getting reduced here. The timelines are getting reduced here, right? So within maximum of milliseconds, we are getting the data from the database level. That is the main thing here. And also, one of the greatest feature in the HANA database is like, we can perform the live analysis. Live analysis, we can perform it here. Live calculation analysis, we can perform it here. So which means in this table, if I set into the graphs, so maybe this is the schema name, each schema. So how many tables are there, like that? If you type it here, then the graphs wise, you see the all the information here. The graphs wise, you see the information here. So which graph you want? You want pie chart graph? Then the pie charts wise, the graphs will be displayed here. You want to So you want to line charts, then line charts wise, the graphs will be increased here. So wherever you want to the analysis, this is kind of analysis. So all kind of analysis, you want to waterfall level, so you can see the waterfall level analysis also you can find out from here, right? So any other, so you whatever you want to do, so all kind of radar wise analysis, you can see the analysis of the radar wise also. So all kind of analysis we can find out from the here. So this is the main important thing here, so normally in other databases, if you want to do this type of table analysis, so it's a very, it takes some time also. Why? Because we need to export all the tables data, so then we have to go to the Excel, then we need to find out everything here. But especially in the HANA database, it's very easy. So it's in the fraction of seconds, milliseconds, so then we can just to analyze the live data and everything, we can analyze it here, we can analyze the data here, right? So we can analyze the data here. So we can just get the data analysis and everything we can find out from here. The data, the records are keep on increasing here. The records are keep on increasing here. The charts may change it. This chart may change. The values may change it here. So we can do the live analysis also in this location. So this is the analysis we can perform in the raw data, the exact whatever the tables data is there, simply we can perform the analysis of the data also, right? So we have the, so tables, multiple tables. We can also create the manual tables also, we can create it here. We can also create the tables. We can also create the tables also, we can create it here. Open data preview. So we can also create the tables, all kind of information, we can check it out here. All kind of information, tables view, data view, deletion, all kind of information, data we can view it here, right? That is also possible in our case, right? So we can also create the one sample tables also, we can create it here. Just click on the right click and click on the new table here. Then we can create the table name is called the, suppose like training 1 2 3 4, something like that. So then what is the schema, which schema you want to create it here, that is fine here. So what is the name here? Here employee TMP name, right? That is the, suppose like table, just example for the table I am creating here. So maybe training tables. So what is the employee name? What is the default values here? So all the information we can find out, we can fill the data here. We can fill the data here, right? So then, so here, so employee ID, EMP ID. So then what is the data here? Suppose 1 2 3 4 5. Example, I'm creating something like this here. So it's not like this here, default. This is the, so here we can analyze the data, we can create the tables, right? We can also create the data. Normally developers will do the creation of the some custom tables and do the insertion of the records and everything, they will perform it here. So it's not our duty here, but you want to see where the tables and the data exist in the inside of the HANA database here. If we go to the HANA Studio, under the catalog, we have the schemas, list of schemas are available. Each schema, some set of tables are available here. Here, you can see here what is the data and everything you can find out from here. The data we can find out from the tables and everything we can find out from here, right? Under the schema, tables, under the schema, we have the tables are available. We can find out the list of tables here. Suppose in any case, you want, in any case, suppose I want, so some data to be deleted. If you want to delete, so you can also delete the tables also. Right click and just you can delete the data also. You can also delete the data also. You can delete it here. That's whatever you want. You can perform it here. But it's not recommended to delete the data here. Right. So that is the main thing here. You need to understand here. Right. So like this, you have the number of tables are available. It's not like that you need to remember the hundreds of tables. So it's not required. So why can't, but you need to know where the tables are recorded, where tables are exist here. Under the each schema, we have the tables are there here. Each schema, you have the tables here. See here, suppose a cloud user, I created it here. Under the schema, we have the multiple users are, multiple schemas are there here. Here, suppose one more thing is, if you want to export the table, you can export the table also. Means export to the your local desktop, local laptop or computer. So you can export it. You can also export to the your current client in the C drive or D drive or V drive. So you can export to the your client also. You can export it here. If you want to import the data, you can also import the data also, right? You can also import the data also. You can import it here, right? And also delete. You can delete it here. And also one more thing here. So this table is not being used, right? This table is not being used in the systems. This table is not being used. So in this case, we can unload from the main memory. If you unloading from the main memory, what will happen? So the next time it will be slower. Whenever you are accessing the next time, the response is very slower here. The response is very slower. Why? Because the table is unloading from the main memory, in the main memory. So it's going to the disk level. So HANA is the main memory concept. If the data is loading into the everything into the main memory, so that is the reason it's a very fast. It is very fast. So it's unloading it from the main memory. It will take time, and also it will be very slow also while accessing the data. So why? Because so the table is getting loaded into the, we have discussed right during the delta merge concept. So delta storage, main storage, then it will go to the OS level file system data folder. If the table is not required to, the table is not required, then we can unload from the main memory also to free up the some space. We can also get the unload. We can also unload the table also. So that we can perform it from the, so in the HANA Studio, tables, right click, you can see the unload. Load into main memory means this action completely including delta storage into the main memory, means data is loading into the main memory, so that so the speed of the data is accessing the tables data is very fast here. Why? Because the data is residing into the main memory. So those actions also we can perform it here. Well, because sometimes what happens, few tables are not being used much, right? Yearly once they will use it. That time what we can do here, so those tables we can load into the main memory. This is a RAM memory. This is a OS level file systems, data and data folder, right? Suppose example data folder here, right? Slash and a data here. This is the data folder. So this is the RAM memory. We have the delta storage and the main storage available here. So few tables are available here. Few tables are available here. Few tables are here available here. Few tables are available here. Few tables are available in this case here. Few tables are available here. So suppose you don't want to this tables data here in the main memory. Why? Because this table is not being used much. Only yearly once we will use it here. In this case, just you can unload. We can unload the tables to the. You can unload the tables within the data folder. You can unload it. Why? Because if you keep in the main memory, nothing will happen. But the licensing usage is very high, right? Because HANA licensing is based upon the main memory. So the table data is tables are more, then license usage also very high, right? So that is the reason. So instead of that, instead of to minimize the licensing usage and everything, so the RAM usage, licensing usage and everything, then we can reduce the footprint by reduce the data footprint by unloading the data from main memory to and disk level. You can unload it here, and also whenever you require, just you can load the tables from here to here. You can load it here. So those are the options like this one, right? Unload the data, unload from the main memory, load into main memory here, right? Sometimes what happens, the changes are reflected, the table size is very huge, table size is very huge. So it kind of 100 GB, 200 GB, the table size, one table size. In this case, we can sometimes what happens, the changes will not be reflected immediately. Whatever the changes, the user done the changes will not be reflected immediately. In this case, manually also we can perform the delta merge. Manually also we can perform the delta merge here. So what is mean by delta merge? The committed data in the table, committed entries from the table will be moved to the main storage, right? You can see the committed entries from the table, the it move to the main storage. The action of merging the data from DS to MS, delta storage into main storage, is called the so delta merge operations here, right? Just if you perform these operations, so this will happen here, which means what are the reflected changes are not there in the main storage, that will be affected. So here system will take care of all this save point, delta merge and everything. If you want to perform manual delta merge also, you can perform it here. You want to load, unload, export. If you want to import the tables, suppose you have some tables, you want to import into the systems here. You have some tables, right? There are some tables you want to import into the here. So here you can do the import option. Here you can perform the import option. You can perform it here, right? Here also you can do the import option. That is the main thing here, right? So suppose you have some tables you have exported, you want to import to the here, you can also import to the this HANA database also, you can import to the here. So this is the,
Sir,
yes,
from here, how we know the table is using or not?
table is using or not. So here using a depends upon the size. So if you see
Okay.
the if you see the size of the table, if you see the size of the table, if you go to the each and every table, if you right click and give the data preview, you see the table entries. Here nothing is there. So this table is not nothing, is empty table. It's empty table. Why this table is required in the main memory? It's not required, right? If you see the ZMRP, if you just click on the open button, this table is nothing is there here. No data here. So these tables are not required here, right? So here, how we know means the suppose this is a yearly table, some tables are yearly, they will update the some tax information, everything, right? So that time it's not required that table should be in the main memory, we can unload it here, we can unload it here. Then who can tell us this table is actually using or not? So your functional people, your developers, they know each table related to the which data will store it here, so they will tell you, so that based on that we can find out the information from here. Otherwise, if you go to the SAP level, the DBA cockpit, so if you see the most used tables are top growing tables, when was the last record inserted? So there in the DBA cockpit, so if you go to the space and table analysis, you will find out the all the information. There also you can find out the information. If you go to the DBA cockpit, so there also you will find out the all the information here. Okay. So that is the schemas under the catalog. This is everything here. So we want to perform the merge, small delta merge manually. Also we can perform it. We can also unload the tables. We can also load the tables into the main memory. All kind of work we can perform it from here in the catalog, under the catalog and schemas. Here we can perform it all kind of work here, right? So that is about the catalog here. The next one is the content. Content is like here the developers will use this content packages and everything here. This is developers related. So you no need to worry about this one. The developers, why? Because with us our basis administrators, ANA administrators, the developers also will do that some development activities, right? So like they will work on the this content tab here. Not all the tab here. Here they will go to the content tab. Here they will create the packages. They will create the one custom packages. Suppose like, so they will create the packages. Under the package, they will create the all those things and everything here. Under the training, so they will create the so one custom so attributes view, procedures table, decision table. So whatever, like it's kind of training table. All the training data we can create it from here, right? So all the information we can store it here. So like that they will do the some adjustments. So they will create some packages. All these things they will create of that one, right? So some tables, data foundation, elements, drag and drop the element. So many things they will perform it here. So it's like they will work on this development activities and everything. You no need to worry about the development activities and everything here. Why? Because it's their responsibility to create it here. Their responsibility to create it here, right? So you don't require all those things here, right? This is the so training table. So all the trainings related information we can store it here. This is the custom package, and also we can also create the so analytical privileges. Privileges also we can create who required access to this table. So something like that. all the kind of information the developers will do. The developers require this development knowledge they required. So you can ignore it here. If someone asks you where the developers will work means under the content tab. Under the content tab, they will do the all the package attributes. So all these things they will work on it here, right? That is the content tab here. So this is the catalog, right? Under the catalog, we are the schemas. So where the exact tables exist means under the catalog, schema owner, then tables, catalog, schema owners, and tables here under the catalog, schema owners and tables, schema owners and tables here. Okay, this is the main thing here under the catalog, schema owners and tables. All the tables are available here, right? So this is the main thing of the so data. Here we can see the data preview of the all the tables and everything. We can see it here. So why? Because already few tables are the system standard tables. All are the standard tables only. Definitely there is a standard data as part of the installation you will get. That's the reason you see the some data in this table. If you want to create the custom data, you cannot insert. You can also do the insertion operations here, right? That is the so catalogs and so content tab here. So backups, during the backups time, you see the backups, whether the backups are completed or not. All the information you can find out in the backup catalog here. In the backup catalog, you will find out the all the information here. So either the system DB or TenantDB both are same. System DB there is no useful. Why? Because there is no data, right? Only system DB will monitor the all the tenancy databases. If you want to only administration perspective, system DB we are using, but normal business users, not the developers. So other user functional folks they will connect to the tenancy database. Why? Because in the data is available in the tenancy database only, right? So they will log into the tenancy DB, then they will find out the schema, which schema. Under the schema, they will check the logs, tables, and everything. They will find out the details, all the details. They will find out it here. All the details, they will find out all the details. They will find out information. So that is the main thing here, right? So that is the one thing. And provisioning, I will explain tomorrow. The data provisioning, security also we have left. That is also I will explain it here. So we want to restart the system. You want to restart the systems. OS level you can use it, or here through system DB only you can just stop and start. You can use it here, right? Stop and start. You can use it here, right? Stop and start. You can use it from there. So here configuration monitoring, administration tab. This is the administration tabs here. Life cycle management. Here in the life cycle management, you have the platform life cycle management and so application life cycle management. Application life cycle management development related. So developers they will do the development activities in the application life cycle management. Platform life cycle management means if you want to update HANA system updates, so you can also perform the here also you can perform it, or HDB LCM tools also you can use it at operating system level. You can update it here, right? So backup and recovery. This is not much. This is backup. This is a separate topic. Backup and recovery topic. Then security. Security topic also we have to discuss. And console. If you want to write any SQL commands here, just open the SQL console here. Then you can execute the SQL statement here, right? You can execute the SQL statements and the data will be displayed here. HANA modeler. So modeler means developers, right? So developers they will work on this tab. So they will do the HANA modeler means developers. So they will work on this development activities here, and also they will work on this content tab here. Both are same. So they will work on this one, these two activities. They will work on the systems here. Okay, that is the main thing here. So you can remove log off, refresh properties. Properties means you will find out what is the user, which port number it is authenticated, what is the host name, and the license, apply. All these things we discussed, right? All the information is available here, right? This is about the studio. Tomorrow we'll discuss about the data provisioning and security topic, HANA security topic. Then backups, restore, refresh, right? Then HANA cockpit, then HANA HA replication setup and everything. You have many things to discuss. So, okay. So please, you basics, you can practice it here. So delta merge, save point, right? Way to check the logs if any issues occurs, how to configure the trace, how to change the parameter files here. So how to check the performance issues in the systems, how to check the memory issues. So all this kind of information you need to check first one. Okay. So that is the main thing for today. So what you can do, you can practice it for today.